Shane Black has written and directed some real bangers. And the one we're talking about today is Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are going back in time, if you will. Happy Friday. I hope you've had a great week. I hope you're ready for a great weekend. And maybe you're ready for a holiday. How about Monday? Monday's a holiday. Numerous reasons abound there. We are talking about we're going to rewind. Have you ever read any pulp books, like old school hard-boiled detective novels from like Raymond Chandler, among many others? Mickey Spillane was a hard-boiled detective. These books, pulp books, if you will, were generally detective stories, and they were quick reads, a couple hundred pages, and they were just produced non-stop. Every month, it seemed, they would come out, and they are great reads. There's usually not a complicated, in-depth story, but there are twists and turns as you follow the hero as he tries to solve the case before he gets killed himself. And when I was growing up, I fell in love with reading, and pulp novels were something that I just really enjoyed. And the movie we're talking about today has that. It's adjacent because it's adjacent to pulp novels because basically it's a movie. It's a pulp novel in movie form. It's a detective story, but not the norm. We're going to get into it. Let's take a look here. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang from 2005, rated R. That's a hard R, my friends, just so you're aware. 1 hour and 43 minutes. As you can see, it's got quite a high rating because this is a really good movie, and some would even consider it a cult classic. It's got a bumbling detective. It's satirical on the detective stories, if you will. After being mistaken for an actor, a New York thief is sent to Hollywood to train under a private eye for a potential movie role, but the duo are thrown together with a struggling actress into a murder mystery. Directed by Shane Black, written by Shane Black, with a hint of an idea from a book by Brett Holiday, who died in 1977 and wrote pulp novels, starring Robert Downey Jr., Val Kilmer, Michelle Monaghan, and many others. Now, let's get a couple things out of the way. There are numerous times you will see chesticles in this movie. This is not a kid's movie. This is not a family movie. This, like pulp novels, is aggressively adult. There are themes in it that are extremely difficult, and that children will not only not enjoy this movie, but there are things maybe they're not ready for discussed in said movie. And the F word is one of the most prominent words in this movie. There's a lot of death and guns and fighting and humor. It's all there, all right? Yet there's something about this movie that brings me back to it every couple of years. I love the simplicity of it. It doesn't try to be overly complex. The actual storyline is very simple, but it unfolds and you find out all the details slowly throughout the movie. Meanwhile, it's being narrated by the thief, who is Robert Downey Jr., and he's not really a detective, but he ends up as one in this, bumbling his way around trying not to die, and he's stumbling over a girl that he loved as a child. They grew up in the same town, children together, and he had a thing for her, but she would sleep with anybody but him, right? Not because she didn't like him, but they were friends, right? He was in the friend zone forever. So when they meet here in Hollywood, accidentally, it brings all those feelings back to the surface. Meanwhile, he's not a good guy. He robs things and places and people for a living. It's only as he was running from the police that he ends up stumbling into an audition for for a movie, and he does so well that they take him to Hollywood. Val Kilmer, on the other hand, plays Gay Perry, which is what he's called in Hollywood, and he's a private detective for the stars who happens to be gay. And it sounds so silly, but it works seamlessly. It is unique and wondrous and a delight to watch if you can get past the aforementioned chesticles and foul language. Robert Downey Jr. pulls this role off in such a sincere way. You believe it. You believe this character. It's beautiful acting, to be honest, because he's not Iron Man in this. He's just a bumbling thief who stumbles into this situation, and he decides to follow through all the way, whether he wants to or not. All right? Such a great film for what it is. I will always have a spot in my heart for this movie just because it's so well written. It's so well written, the cinematography is great. It looks fantastic. Everybody fits together just the way they should to make this a unique and wonderful movie. Is it perfect? No. It's rough and edgy, and it's not for the SJWs because they're no, this is not about worrying about your feelings. There's a lot of crass talk in this. They they don't hold back in this. And the dialogue, it's just like a pulp novel. It's sharp, quick-witted, and exactly what you need to further the story. So there you have it. The week is done, my friends. That's the review for today. And we're talking about another Shane Black movie on Monday. However, fair warning, I may take Monday off. It's a holiday after all. We'll see. It'll be a surprise for both of us. Have a great weekend. Be safe. For Michael the microphone, Bob, squeaky chair in the back, and this big fat nerd, we will see you then.